Hello, you are watching The Rebel Nutritionist with me, Meryl Brandwine, and I'm the owner of the Brandwine Institute for Nutrition and Wellness, a holistic wellness center located in South Florida. I help my clients ditch diet fads and uncover the real truth about how food can truly heal your life. I know that together we can help you feel great. I'm excited to show you the way to long-term healthy living. So let's dive in and get started. Hey there, everyone, and welcome. I am Meryl Brandwine. I am a registered dietitian with a holistic functional medicine, a functional nutrition approach to health and wellness. And I am also an expert in genomic nutrition, which looks at your genes to create preventative nutrition plans for long-term health. Now, this is my first episode, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit about the show, and what you can expect from me. So let's talk about why I wanted to start the show and what you can expect from me each week when you turn in. As someone who has spent more than 20 years in the nutrition industry and worked with thousands of clients, I know how frustrating it is to try to figure out what to eat to improve your health, to stay healthy and live a long, healthy life. There are food fads that come and go. There's information that you get from the medical field, from TV, from the internet. None of it seems to make sense. None of it's ever consistent, and we know it is crazy confusing. One week you're allowed to eat butter, one week you're not. One week it's certain vegetables, is it carbs? It is just a whirlwind of confusion. And so with that, if you are tuning in, chances are that you are familiar with this chaos. You are unsure of what you need to do and what you need to know in order to feel good and stay healthy. So I will be sharing information that mirrors my own philosophy in order to help you achieve your wellness goals. And to do that, my philosophy looks at a three-pronged approach. So we look at nutrition, we look at physical well-being and emotional health, and then of course, movement and lifestyle. And sometimes that means you'll be tuning into sessions from me about inflammation, about gut health, about genomic nutrition, which is my passion. And it really is the most comprehensive way that we can look and take care of our bodies. Other times you might see me interviewing industry specialists like coaches and fitness experts, and more of what they have to say and share about things like stress and movement and lifestyle and in the emotional impact and imbalances on our health. And while I am sure there are other people sharing similar topics and similar types of information, one of the things that makes me a little different is that I really believe that food can be medicine. You see, when I was 33 years old, I was diagnosed with cancer. I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I had 3 children under the age of 4. And I remember looking out and going, would I be okay? And would my family survive if I wasn't? And so feeling really helpless, I soon faced the boundaries of what modern medicine could offer me. And there was a huge lack of understanding in the medical community of what I could do really proactively to support my health. And so I did question those around me who just said, well, you're going to have to live with feeling sick or dealing with the side effects of what chemo left me with. And so I really decided to explore alternative ways to heal myself. And I used my illness to explore other options. And I did that, and I found that food was the most powerful tool to support me in my healing and in my recovery and feeling better. And over the years, I have earned the nickname of Rebel Dietitian because I really don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach. I believe you can heal yourself with food, even from chronic illnesses. And I really work hard to dig deeper so that you can get results and that you can feel better and as well as you can. And I'm hoping by you tuning into the Rebel Dietitian that you will get some clear facts on what you can do to feel healthy, to feel well, and to love a whole new way of eating and cooking and even a mindset along the way. So let's get started. In the first episode, I really want to take time to talk about my three-pronged philosophy for good health and what that means for you. So at the top is always nutrition. As I've shared, I'm not a fan of fad diets or even food trends. The work that I do is rooted into getting into your body and to knowing what causes imbalances, what is at the root cause of those imbalances. And even if you want to feel just better than you feel now, you might not have a chronic illness, but you really just want to feel better. How do we get your body to do what it is naturally designed to do? How do we get it to heal itself and work at really optimal levels? And so when we talk nutrition, again, no one size fits all approach, but there are certain foods that can help heal. And there are certain foods that can promote or even exacerbate certain conditions. And so whether it's gut issues or diabetes or blood pressure or hormonal imbalances or even brain disorders, ADD, ADHD, and things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, those kinds of things, we really want to make sure that we are eating to support our health. And also our emotions, right? That's important. And especially during this time of uncertainty, when so many of us have turned to food to feel better, to ease the anxiety, to ease the stress, we want you to find and support a diet plan, right? It's not a diet, but a plan that will actually give you more energy and sustain you long term. So you'll hear me talk about supplements, and like nutrition, there is no one size fits all. I do testing with people to determine what's happening in your body so that we can help regulate functions, and especially for clients who are on medications and would like to get off of medication, supplements can be one way to support this, to allow your body to get it what it needs. Now, by no means am I telling you to come off of your medications. Absolutely not. This has to be done under supervision. But for people who really don't want to be on medications, I want you to know that there can be an alternative. And turning to the second prong of good health, I want you to consider this. One of the biggest things that impacts good health and wellness these days is stress and anxiety. And while it feels like it can be impossible to avoid that with everything that is going on, I want you to also recognize how much worry and stress are really, and the resulting anxiety of that, really impact your overall health. Every single day, I meet with clients who are seeing an increase in GI issues, gut issues, inflammation, increased blood pressure, and other things that they feel may be coming out of nowhere. But the truth is that stress causes our bodies to really decline and to wear down, and it can make us feel physically sick. So naturally, as part of what I will want to share with you, we'll be talking a lot about how to support your emotional health. We will bring on experts in the field of psychology. We will have amazing life coaches to talk about some of the things that you can do to reduce anxiety and stress. Also along those lines, so many of us are resistant to change, right? We are resistant to making the changes that we probably know we need to make, right? We've told ourselves, stop having coffee or caffeine or alcohol or sugar, but we really have a hard time doing that. We know change can be hard. And we will also share some expert advice on how to get to the bottom of your mindset patterns and those consistent patterns that throw you off, and how to actually break free from those. So now turning to the third prong of what I'll be sharing with you in the Rebel Dietitian, we will be talking about movement, right? Movement is so important. And I personally have stuck to a regular workout routine for decades. And it really impacts and supports my ability to stay strong, to enjoy life, and as fully as I am able to do it. And even if you've never had a fitness routine, we are going to start to introduce fun new ways you can incorporate movement into your life and into your routine so that you can feel your best. It does not mean you have to go all out exercising. I really want to make a point to let you know that that is not the intention. We need to move our bodies in a way that feels really good to us, and that's what we want to help bring to light to you. We will be interviewing some of the top fitness experts that I know, and I really can't wait to have you fall in love with the impact that movement can make in your overall fitness, in your mental health, and in your general well-being. So at the beginning, I introduced myself as a genomic nutritionist, and I want to share a brief word about what that means. So genomic nutrition includes the testing of your genes to see what your DNA can tell us about your potential for developing certain conditions. It is not a test that will tell you what will happen. This is not what we call genetic testing, right? It is genomics, and it's different. It shows you a map of your genes and what that brings to the table in terms of how we can see what you are predisposed to. So the good news about this is that if we see potential for illness or emotional issues, we can help you create a plan, a nutrition plan, a lifestyle plan that really focuses on suppressing the expression of those genes, right? If you have a family history of cardiovascular disease or cancer or whatever that may be, and you think you might be going in that direction, with genomic nutrition and looking at your DNA, we can see if you might be pointing in that direction. How do we steer you in the other direction so you don't actually suffer the same fate that maybe some of your relatives or close family members have suffered? So this puts you in so much control of your overall health. I feel like people all the time say, well, I can't do anything. So not true. And so this is why it's so important to learn more about genomics and really understand what is behind it so that you can take charge of your health. And there will be several episodes devoted to that, and we will be bringing in a bunch of genomic experts so we can deepen that conversation for you. Okay, so I hope that sounds like something you are ready to dive into, and I want to use this last moment to share a tip with you today, and that is this. There are no foods that you need to avoid, right? There is no good or bad. The only thing I want you to focus on when it comes to eating well is to understand how food interacts with your body, right? Not what you're supposed to eat and again, the fad of the week, but what makes you feel good and what causes you to feel bloated or sluggish or tired. I feel like so many times we eat and we really aren't mindful of how food is making us feel. And it does resonate a certain way in the body. And if we stop to pay attention, and if we're mindful enough while we're eating, that will help you take a giant step towards better health. And so spend this week focusing and noticing how foods make you feel. Get a diary, write it down, and I think it can be pretty eye-opening at the end of the week. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of The Rebel Nutritionist. If you want more support and tips to help you go further with your own personal health journey, then become a Brandwine Rebel Insider. When you join my list, you'll get access to freebies such as meal planners, workshops, recipes, and so much more. Head over to brandwine.com/rebel and sign up there. I'll see you next week for another great episode. Bye for now.